From Columbus, the center of Ohio, this is music from the heartland with songs at the center. This episode features Mandy Cook, Cheley Tackett, and International Blues Challenge finalist Micah Kesselring. Major funding provided by The Ohio State University, James Cancer Hospital, and Solove Research Institute. No two people are exactly alike, and neither are their cancers. At the James, we believe there is no routine cancer. Learn more at cancer.osu.edu/cancer. Additional funding provided by the Academy of Country Music Lifting Lives Program, the Ohio Arts Council, and France & Associates.
Welcome to Songs at the Center. I'm Eric Gnezda. We're pleased to be coming to you from the Cardinal Theater at Thomas Worthington High School in Worthington, Ohio. And we're really happy to have three wonderful songwriters with us. Micah Kesselring, Cheley Tackett, and Mandy Cook. Cheley, there are a lot of inspirations for songwriting. There's a lot of reasons to write songs, but for you, it's also part of a mission. Life is challenging for all of us, no matter what our background happens to be, but you really are the voice for so much, and particularly in the LGBT community. And you have several songs you've written about. One of them is called The Healer.
Yes.
Tell us about the song, the genesis of this.
I wrote this with a gentleman named Randall, who's one of the finest songwriters in Nashville, and we had an appointment on the books to get together and write something. And Randall and I, when we get together, we tend to want to write things that have a little depth to them. We don't typically write the dancey numbers. And he came in and he had probably triples every day that week, and he sat down, and Randall's just a good old boy, and we're actually, interestingly enough, on opposite sides of the political spectrum. And he said, I tell you what, I should preface that by saying that the right was actually the week after the shooting in Orlando at the Pulse nightclub, and Randall came and he said, I tell you what, he said, I've been wanting to write something about that all week, and nobody will write anything with me. And I saw your name on my books, and I said, I know Cheley Tackett will write this song with me. And we tried to figure out, because I didn't want to be a big social justice rah-rah, I know this and you don't know this, and tried to figure out how we could get across what we were trying to say without getting up on a big soapbox. So this is the song that came out of that experience. So,
The Healer.
The Healer, yeah. Reached out a hand, thrown fist, a hard word, a blown kiss, dream maker, sleep stealer. You can be the breaker, or you can be the healer. Random bullet, Kevlar vest, the Civil War or the Gettysburg Address, cold life taker, new life breather. Brother, you can be the breaker, or you can be the healer. Either one's as easy as the other. be the crow, you can be the sparrow, the olive branch, or the arrows. So forsake her, faith revealer. Yeah, you can be the breaker, or you can be the healer. Either one's as easy as the other. Neither one's really all that hard. Just because you sometimes want more than the other, that don't mean that that's who you are. Reached out hand, thrown fist, hard word, a blown kiss. Take a good long look in the mirror. Are you the breaker or the healer? 'Cause you can be the breaker, but you could be the healer. It's an interesting time because of the political climate, and it's an interesting time because we just got marriage equality, but there's also a little bit of a backlash going on with that. So while we legally have the rights, we're still fighting for them because in certain political situations, they're trying to undo what's been done. So state by state, I live in the South now, and it's a little different there. So we're still just trying to let everybody know that people are people are people.
Well, Micah Kesselring, we're so happy to have you. You're from South Bloomingville, Ohio, which is out in the Appalachian country.
Yeah, it's out in the middle of nowhere.
And so how did someone from that background get into the blues?
Mostly through my dad. I started off playing punk rock, and it was really easy. I was like 9 years old, and then when I was like 14 or so, my dad turned me on to some Allman Brothers and Led Zeppelin and Jimi Hendrix records. And those songs were really cool. And the ones that I liked the most, it seemed like, were the songs that were written by other people. Or not the most, but, and I found like a lot of those old songs that they're singing were like, done in the 20s and the 30s. So I traced it back, and I found a bunch of the old, blues dudes, and really dug it. And I listened to it for like 3 years in a row and didn't listen to anything else. And then, from there, I kind of moved on to some other influences and stuff. That's great. Well, we're happy you're part of the whole scene too, and we're happy you're here with us on Songs at the Center. Yeah. And we'd like you to introduce your song. Sure. Speaking of the tiny little town I'm from, I wrote this song and I named it All Along a Mapdot tune, and it's a little bit different than some of my other songs, but it's cool. It's a little bit more folky, a little bit kind of I don't know, maybe a Bob Dylan-ish or something, but it's not quite as good as him. But yeah, I'll give it a go. See if I can remember all these weird lyrics. Pure thought inside depression, lost and found in swirling rooms, full of lamps, moonlighting oceans, deeply fallen sides of you, glossy coats, tinted expressions, blind and thrown into a kite, stolen just before a fountain, post-delivered streaming eyes. Hourglass turn off the ceiling, brief umbrellas wonder why, giving bodies as a present, whistling mountains live alive, gentle seamstress fabrications all along a Mapdot tune, kissing doves in flight of hatred, fragile minds become unglued. And now I find that the world has gone blind. Maybe it never saw at all. I'll skip my stones, carrying wishing bones through the wind, through the wind. Toasting all that shattered china, chamomile and orchard blooms, tipping toes around the garden, cirrus stars hold paper moons. If I die before I'm woken, build a home in satin streets, skipping rope with wounded fables, acrobatic statued feet. Now I find that the world has gone blind. Maybe it never saw at all. I'll skip my stones, carrying wishing bones through the wind, through the wind. Thank you, I appreciate it. I was able to release my last album on vinyl through crowdsourced fundraising, so all my fans came together and helped put out my latest album on vinyl. And that was a really special moment, you know, like it's one thing to put out a CD, but when you put out a big vinyl record and you're holding your artwork and it's super big and you take out the, you know, see-through clear vinyl record that I had, you know, made up and put it on the turntable, and it's kind of a whole different experience than just putting earbuds in and streaming something, or, you know, putting a CD in the car.
Mandy Cook, you sing a lot of demos in Nashville. And what is it like? You write your own music and you put those down on tape or whatever. What's it like to walk into a studio and be asked to sing another song that you haven't written and to give it the best representation?
It's really fun because I get to do it from a much different perspective. I get to sing, not thinking of myself as an artist who's singing this song for themselves and their own sort of image that they've built. And it allows me to sing the song from the songwriter's perspective. Yeah, and it allows me to get creative as well. I mean, I generally do the harmonies as well, and that's really fun and something that I don't always do on my songs.
We have a song called See, S-E-E.
Yes.
Is there a story behind this one?
Yeah, so this was another co-write. I wrote this with a buddy of mine named Tim Jackson. And I had gone down to Florida to write with Tim right after a breakup. And this breakup happened because I was seeing this guy for about 2 years, and I was about to go on tour, and everything sort of fell apart. It was like he didn't really know that was going to be part of the equation, which at this point in my life, I think I kind of understand, but it really tore me apart then. And this song is just about realizing that someone doesn't see the whole spectrum of who you are and how sort of painful that can be.
days go by, think of me truly. Time can lie. We drew two hearts, one washed away, a masterpiece in chalk will always fade. What you took for granted was the best of me. Yeah, I'm only human. When you cut, I bleed. It didn't hurt giving you everything, but I'll never get back what you couldn't see. You could have known, oh, but you never asked. Then what the hell? The time has passed. So many words and wasted breath. Stop listening long before you left. What you took for granted was the best of me. Yeah, I'm only human. When you cut, I bleed. It didn't hurt giving you everything, but I'll never get back what you couldn't see. Of me, yeah, I'm only human. When you cut, I bleed. It didn't hurt giving you everything, but I'll never get back what you couldn't see.
Thank you.
Well, it helps to be a demo vocalist in terms of songwriting because it helps me get in the room with good writers who maybe don't like to sing their own demos. So that's definitely a plus. And it offers, I guess, a broader perspective of what the rules are in terms of writing because I get to hear lots of different material.
Well, Cheley Tackett, we talked earlier about songwriting and about how, you know, we all grew up in Ohio here, and but you go to a place like Nashville and it's a whole different story.
So I went to Nashville and I was terrified. So I played and wrote songs in my apartment for about 6 months and didn't even go to the writer's night to even listen to anything because I just got there and thought, what am I doing with myself? I don't even know what I'm doing. And a friend of mine came to visit, and she said, "So you moved to Nashville to sit in your apartment and write songs that nobody's ever going to hear?" I said, "No." And she said, "Okay, so we're going to a writer's night tonight." I said, "Okay." The interesting thing about being a songwriter is when you're friends or you're family of a songwriter, you often find yourselves in the songwriter's songs. But then sometimes you get reflective and you write the song about yourself, and this one is about my life, and this one just about killed me. Never would have struck this match. I never would have started back. This cigarette would be my last if I knew what was good for me. Never would have bought this drink. Never would have gone beyond the brink. I'd have told him to pour the damn thing down the sink if I knew what was good for me. I learned things the hard way. Time and again. Never would have said hello. I never would have danced so slow. I'd have settled my tab and headed home if I knew what was good for me. Said that first hello. Never would have gave my heart and soul. And Lord knows I'd learn to let you go if I knew what was good for me. Lord knows I'd learn to let you go if I knew what was good for me.
Thanks for joining us, and we hope you'll come to Ohio sometime where you'll always find songs at the center. I'm Eric Gnezda. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Major funding provided by The Ohio State University, James Cancer Hospital, and Solov Research Institute. No two people are exactly alike, and neither are their cancers. At the James, we believe there is no routine cancer. Learn more at cancer.osu.edu/cancer. Additional funding provided by the Academy of Country Music Lifting Lives Program, the Ohio Arts Council, and France & Associates. more about Songs at the Center at songsatthecenter.tv.